if you are watching this on replay, please tell me the city, state, and or country that you're tuning in from. I would love to know, and let me know what part of this live resonated with you most. And if you hear live and in effect, welcome. I'm glad that you're here with me this morning. If you're listening in the, on your television as you're getting ready this morning, I hope you have a wonderful day. If you're just tuning in, regardless, I also hope you have a great day. But listen, I wanted to talk about staying focused. A lot of times in life, when we are doing something that is going to be a game changer for us, we oftentimes find it hard to remain focused. You may not notice, but it does happen. And I see Loving Myself is in the building. Good morning to you. Good morning. So good to see you. Hope you have a great day. And so you have to stay focused and be very intentional with all of your moves. A lot of times when you have big plans, people will come in as distractors. They come in and they want to take up your time. They may call you, they may say, come with me to this. And you already had plans to do what you needed to do. That's why sometimes it's not always the best to share your plans with everyone, because not everyone can see your vision, is your vision. Not everyone will believe in it because they don't believe in it for themselves. So they think it's the most absurd thing, like, how do they think they're going to accomplish that? If someone in your circle is thinking that or has said that to you, then they should not be part of your circle, or at least part of that big plan that you have in place. I know with my son, he's so disciplined, and he's written two novels already. He's 26 years old, and he was like, last summer he was writing, last spring and last summer, and he was denying a lot of things. When we would invite him places, he would be like, nope, I can't do it. I'm not doing that. And it was things I know that he would have loved, but he was so disciplined. He just was like, nope, deny, deny, deny. I'm not doing that. And he was really focused. He didn't let anything sidetrack him, and he stayed the course and was able to complete his book in due time. And because of that, it taught me some things. I love learning from young people, absolutely. And it taught me, to stay the course. And when you are disciplined, your head is down, you're doing what you need to do. And you have a deadline. You set your own deadlines of when you want to do it. If you are, into something new, listen, actions speak louder than words. I say that to my team all the time. I say that, to family and friends all the time. Actions speak louder than words. And that's because people will do lip service. They'll talk about it. My son could have been talking about writing a book. Oh, I'm gonna write a book. I'm going to write a book. And him talking about it is a distraction, because if you're talking about it, you're not doing it. You're not being about it. And so sometimes you can't always talk about the things that you're doing because it's preventing you from taking action. And so you want to have that end result. Excuse me. That end result is that piece that shows how focused you are, and that's the piece that inspires other people, because you set out to do something. You were laser focused, and thank you for the hearts. You were laser focused and you got it accomplished. It's one thing to say you're going to do something over and over and don't do it. Listen, I have some things in my life that I said, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, and I never got it completed or never got to it. And so, you definitely want to say less and do more. That's the best way to put it in order to stay focused. Sometimes you're going to do things that are not as comfortable for other people, but it's not for them, it's for you. Sometimes you'll do things that's over and beyond. It may take up more of your time, but it's going to get you to that end result that you want. And let's see, I see Guni Nagaswar is in here. Good morning to you. I apologize if I said that wrong. G Lang 123, hello to you. Thank you for tuning in. I am from the United States. Where are you from? That's a great question, but where are you from? And I love to have people, shout out their city, state, or country for sure when they come in. So thank you for asking. Yes, the United States. So, staying focused is about staying on course and not letting distractions overtake you. And a distraction is yourself by talking about it so much. What I do, on a daily basis is a lot of pieces that I put together. It's a lot of things that I plan out. It's a lot of things that I collaborate with others with. And I don't always talk about the things that I'm doing, with the people outside that I'm doing it with. I'm just doing it. And then, once everything is pretty much laid out, solidified, then I might say, okay, this is the plan. This is what we're doing. Because if you keep talking about it, coming to the drawing board, everyone is, throwing in this, oh, but what ifs and all that, it can hinder the actual project from getting off the ground. There's so many great things that never get started because it's analysis paralysis. People are always over analyzing, overthinking, the things. Definitely you want to think again. You want to have other perspectives. But if you know what you know, then you need to put that into place for sure. And let's see, I'm going back to the chat. So you're from India, Goonie. Okay. I was actually looking at my YouTube analytics this morning, as a matter of fact. And it was asking, well, it was giving me a recap for February, and it was saying, what is the second largest country, or the second country that views you the most? And the first country is America, the United States. And so the second country is India. So welcome in, welcome in. And I was surprised by that. Pleasantly surprised. So thank you for tuning in all the way from India. And I know we are on a time difference because right now it's 7:46 a.m. here in the United States. What time is it there where you are? What time is it? Okay. Oh, you are also from India? Also, okay. And you are SSRAG gamer? All right. See, that's so interesting to me. I'm pleased that you have found me, and I hope you consider joining this team by hitting the subscribe button. I appreciate you tuning in for my morning, possibly your afternoon or evening, and thank you so much for the hearts. Absolutely. Yes. So I have some dear friends that are from India, and colleagues actually, that I really enjoy learning about other cultures. So when I see someone that, may look different, speak different than me, I'm always curious. Where are you from? How is it there? What was it like growing up? What were some of your experiences? What brought you here? What do you miss most about your home country? I have a high level of curiosity, so all are welcomed. So yeah, so I want you all to just stay focused in whatever that you're doing. Don't let other people distract you. Again, sometimes they distract you because they wouldn't do it themselves. So they're going to always try to, ease you away from what you're trying to do. I promise you, I have a very, very focused family. I'm very fortunate. Starting with my husband, I remember how focused he was to become a starter in the NFL. For the first 3 years, he wasn't. And so he did the extra. And that's the thing. When you're trying to stay focused to reach your goal, are you willing to do that extra? That extra means even if you have a whole team practice, you may have to practice on your own to sharpen your skill. Because when you have the whole team, when you're practicing with the whole team, you're practicing the plays, you're practicing the strategies that the coaches have. You're not necessarily honing your skills and sharpening your skills, and that requires extra work. And that goes across the board, whether you are an athlete, a business person, an educator, a parent, in a relationship. How are you fine tuning your skills? You have your whole situation, but what are you doing to come up and be that best that you can be? And, if you are in a situation and you're like, oh, but it's always a no, or it's never successful, you don't want to look at that in that way. You want to look at the challenge and see how you can improve from that challenge. How can you be better? What could you have done? Take account. Whenever there's things going on and it may not be falling into place the way I think it should, um, I always look at myself first. Of course, when you're in the midst of it, you're looking around at everyone else and anything else that's going on, and you're pointing fingers sometimes. But then at some point, you need to pause and say, hold on, wait a minute. It might be me. It might be me. And then that's when you turn the corner and you figure it out, like, how can I show up better? And I had a situation like that this week. And so I'm handling it in a different way, because I realized, I'm like, I need to slow down, and I need to really, spend some more time with this piece. Because it's not that, it's me. And that's being accountable and really wanting to make that difference. Okay, Matt, you're from Alabama? All right, that's cool. My mother-in-law is actually from Alabama. I've been there a couple of times, and that's a very interesting state. Are you from there, or you live there right now? That's a good question. Did I watch football? Yes, American football, not the soccer football. I used to watch it, very frequently. I don't watch it as much anymore because I know the business side of it, and it's not always the best. But it's a good sport. It's an American sport that people love. They love to watch it. They love to gather and watch it and cheer on their favorite teams. We just had the Super Bowl a few weeks ago, and the Philadelphia Eagles came out the victor. And so it's a gladiator sport. So it's interesting, and the life after can be challenging with the physical and mental capacity of the former players. And that's the part, that when you're on the other side, you see, and it's not always the best. It's actually unfortunate in many instances. So um yeah, let's see. What time is it right now in my country? In India, it is the evening at 6:20. Right now, it's 7:51 a.m. It's the morning here in the United States. And that's another thing. That's why I love that too. Is like, what time are you watching me here? I have a friend in South Africa, and of course, when it's the morning here, I think they're like 8 hours ahead of us. And I always just find that so interesting. Or I go to my favorite spot in the United States, which is Destin, Florida. If y'all have not been to Destin, oh my goodness, it is so beautiful. To me, it has the most beautiful beaches in America. And I love when I'm driving there and going through, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, and then hitting Florida. And there's a part of Alabama when the time changes. And sometimes my car will alert me that the time has changed. It goes back an hour. So, I like to be in different time zones too, so that's cool. Okay. Yes, I'm from the United States. I'm from the United States. And that's something something. Yes, something something. Yes. Where are you from? And I see TWP Popcorn is in the building. Good morning to you. Thanks for coming in. And listen, you were handling the handle, you and Loving Myself yesterday. Thank you so much. Y'all are like the moderator extraordinators in here. Y'all keep it cute for me. Thank you. I appreciate that support. And um, okay, so yeah, I told you the time. Yes, what's popping? And did I do podcasts? I do. I have so with YouTube, I don't know if you're new to YouTube or not, and I love your questions. Thank you. You can do lives, which is what I'm doing right now. You can do pre-recorded videos, shorts, and they now have that podcast link. And so I do have quite a few podcasts on that tab. So if you would like, you can, go to my channel and check out my podcasts. I just learned how to do them, more effectively, I want to say. They're more of a teaching. I encourage you, if you do check out my podcast, to get your pen and paper ready to take down notes, because I am definitely providing you with some, like, I want to say, an overview coaching session. I am a coach. I'm a life coach, career coach, marketing coach as well. And so a lot of the things that I talk about in my podcast are actually things that I talk to my groups about, but I'm not going as deep because I'm just, sharing it. It's no feedback because it's not live. But it definitely can help you move forward in different areas of your life. And as a matter of fact, the other day I was saying I need to, upload another podcast, because it's been a while since I've done it. So I definitely want to continue with that. I love podcasts. I love to listen to them too. So it's just natural to want to also do it. At least for me. I know not everyone wants to do a podcast, but thank you for the 100s and the laughing faces and the hearts. I really appreciate that. That's definitely a lot of energy, good energy flowing through this live. So thank y'all for sure. And let's see, I have seen your YouTube videos of art. Okay, yeah, I love art. I do. And whenever I'm walking, I love to walk. So when I go to new places or even where I'm at and walk around and seeing beautiful murals on buildings and, and I just want to share it with the world, and that's what YouTube allows when you have content or when you are sharing things, you're sharing it with the world. It goes beyond your circle. And that's another great thing. And so I always take pictures or shorts or videos. And I was just in Baltimore, Maryland last weekend, and they had some beautiful murals as well. And went to the National Museum of African American History and Culture, and they had some great art pieces. I've been filtering them in slowly but surely for you all to see in short form, but I do want to make a long form video of it as well. I enjoyed that museum. It was very modern to me, it felt, and it felt very I don't know, it felt very conservative. I was expecting a little bit more regarding authentic artifacts and such, and I just didn't get that vibe there. But it's a beautiful building if you've never been in Washington, D.C. That was the great thing about being in Baltimore. You could go different places. You weren't just stuck in Baltimore. You can actually venture out and still find some great things to see and do for sure. And thank you so much, SSR, for AG Gamer, for tuning in and checking out my content. I appreciate you. And if you're not yet part of this team, I would love to invite you to hit subscribe and join it. I would love to have you. Thank you. So that's what I wanted to come on here to say to you all is just stay focused. Don't let anyone get you off course. Don't put yourself off course either. You have to be dedicated to what you're doing and know that it's going to have an end result, a good end result. I work with people that are going back to school as adults too. They've been out of school for 25, sometimes 30 years. And listen, 30 years is not that long. I've been married for 30 years, so 30 years really is not that long ago. But they haven't been back to school, so staying focused is really challenging. And I always tell them it's not going to last forever. This class will be over in, we have different sessions. Well, that school does. They have different sessions. They have 4 week, 6 week, 8 week, 12 week sessions. So depending on when their class starts and ends, I let them know, you'll be done in 2 months, in 3 months. So just stay focused and stay the course for this time, and it'll pay off in the end. And that's all it takes. It might take it's a new habit, so it might take yourself telling yourself, just do it, don't pick up that phone, don't play that game, don't go outside, don't go to that concert. Stay the course and stay focused, and that is going to get you so much further, and you'll be so much happier, and then you can do all the great things that you love. I mean, not saying that you're not loving what you're doing, but sometimes you get distracted, and coming out and when you're talking about it more than you're actually taking action with it is not what it's about. You want to show those results at the end. So I want to thank everyone for stopping by this morning, this afternoon, evening. And I say that because we have people clearly in different parts of the world that are tuned in, and it's different time zones. So I want to thank you for saying, what's Coach Sherri talking about this morning or afternoon or whatever time. And thank you for dropping down into the chat. And if you want, come back, maybe something I said marinated with you, and you might want to come back to this live and put it down in the comment section. But I appreciate you all the same. All right, everyone, have a wonderful day. Remember, practice every day. Practice so hard that when you play, you will always play to win. And thank you for those beautiful hearts. All right, everyone, until next time, stay safe, and I'll talk to you soon. I am Coach Sherri.